Hi everyone, I welcome you all on this very channel. Please do me a favor. If you have not subscribed to this very channel, kindly subscribe and share to all your contacts and remain blessed. Here is some updates concerning Rochas Okorocha's case with Efcc. Okorocha was ex-governor of Imo State. Rochas looted Imo State dry. But before I move ahead, I would like to define to you two kinds of thieves we have on Wikipedia. We have ordinary thieves. We have political thieves. But Rochas Okorocha is a combination of two kinds of thieves. One thing I would like Imolites to understand and bear in mind, because most of Imolites never knew this. Imolites should understand that Okorocha decided to turn Imo State to Okorocha's Empire. Number one. Number two, those properties and other ventures most likely are on his position. He deemed them fit to remain Okorocha's property. But those ones he could not be able to acquire, he decided to sell those things to Chinese firm. Imolites should be celebrating in some ways, because if it is not that the tenure of Okorocha came to an end in such impromptu time, if he was given something like 6 months to a year, by now a lot of government properties in Imo State could have been acquired by Chinese people. But God knows the best. God knows why he took him out before the maturity of Memorandum of Understanding. This is a trusted revelation. But that one aside, what I want us to understand right now is most of the things court, the summary of what court asked Efcc to recover from Rochas Okorocha. Rochas Okorocha and his family decided to turn Imo State to Okorocha Empire. Quite unimaginable. Then listening to this, I just want to take them one after the other so that you can understand without mincing words that really this man is determined to do away with Imo State. And history will always recognize him as the worst governor have ever had and the highest looter of all time concerning governorship in Nigeria. Listen to this. Efcc, through the order of High Court, said that Rochas Okorocha should return 58.6 billion naira taken from the local government system during his tenure. Again, the Eastern Palm University built with Imo money, but right now, or within the period, was personalized to Okorocha family. The 96 billion being the stolen portion of Imo State's IGR for 8 years of his regime. Again, 40 billion siphon through the unexecuted 27 general hospital projects he planned to build for Imo State. The old IBC promises at Oji become Rochas Okorocha's property. Again, the Nekede and Oji Mechanic Village, which was appropriate to Rochas family, must be returned or must be recovered. Other recoveries here, vast expanse of land on the Sambakwe Airport Road acquired by the government for the purpose of attracting a naval base. It was converted to Rochas Okorocha family. The other farm in Ohaji, which Okorocha leased out to investors and left in ruins till date, must be recovered. The Concord hotels, an enviable investment of the state, which was acquired by Okorocha through some proxies, must be recovered. Westbrook Hotels, which was built by Okorocha's son-in-law, which must be recovered. Wadi Wellness Center, owned by Okorocha's wife, Nkechi, built on the former Imo State Secretariat Annex. A land forcibly acquired from the state by Uche as Commissioner for Lands. All these must be recovered. The rich FM owned by Uche without any non-legitimate means of owning such huge property must be recovered. The plan, the design, the execute all sorts of unimaginable tricks to convert whatever belongs to the government to Rochas Okorocha family. His son-in-law was a nobody, but the moment he get hooked to Rocha's daughter, he become a billionaire overnight with a vast variety of investment around Imo State. Some other things that must be recovered from Rochas Okorocha ordered by the High Court are also as follows. The multi-billion naira farmers market built by Geraldine, Okorocha's sister, on a land belonging to the state. Somebody from nobody to somebody. Over 25 plus state land acquired by Uche, upon which Elfrida Foundation was built, must be recovered. This is the foundation through which billions of naira have been laundered out of the state. That is scam of the century. Extavia Mega Supermarket opposite Civic Center Estate owned by Okechi Okorocha's sister, Ololo. Another thing the court ordered that must be recovered is this. Municipal Plaza owned by Nkechi Okorocha, a land forcibly acquired from a civil servant by Uche. Twitter buys acquired by Geraldine Okorocha, forcibly acquired from Mr. Fons, must be recovered. Speedbird Estate, most of which land was forcibly taken from Mbiri people by Okorocha, must be recovered. House of Freedom malls in Owerri, Abuja, and Lagos built by Uloma Uche wife must be recovered. Multi-million watt poultry farm beside ShopRite owned by Uche on a land forcibly acquired must be recovered. 800 million naira given to Okorocha's sister Geraldine per annum for Christmas trees must be recovered. 600 million naira diverted through the supposed renovation of the Imo State Secretariat must be recovered. 18 billion naira looted through the alleged construction of primary schools blocks across the state must be recovered. And the recovery of all the markets in the state which Okorocha has claimed 30% ownership must be recovered and returned back to the locals. Recovery of the Isopadec funds and the 13% oil derivation funds, which amount to over 20 billion naira, must be recovered. Recovery of the cardboard industries at Owelle Ebiri in Olo must be recovered. Recovery of the 2 billion naira diverted through the construction of the completed wordless Akashi Tower must be recovered. A probe into and the recovery of over 120 billion naira diverted through failed road projects must be recovered. There is no single road project done by Okorocha that is not a failure. Like I said before in my previous video, court confirmed it. Recovery of hundreds of plots of land taken from the state by Okorocha and family spread across the state must be recovered. Recovery of Imo's security votes, which Okorocha personalized for 8 years, must be recovered. Recovery of Iroma equipment worth billions of naira looted by Okorocha must be recovered. Recovery of ITC vehicles and investments looted by Okorocha and many more loots must be recovered. My good people of Nigeria, and Imolites in particular, what do you have to say about all this? Do you think this man is human? All these properties and money acquired and looted, do you think in his lifetime he can make use of all these stuffs? How can just man like Rochas Okorocha acquire all these things for his children and unborn children? Just imagine such a heartless human being. He's doing all these things and rejoicing, claiming that he lives. Why millions of Imolites are wallowing in poverty, dying every day in silence? Your guess is as good as mine. What will happen to this man and his very family? But if you ask me to say, Rochas Okorocha and family are supposed to rot in prison for the rest of their life. None of them is supposed to walk. The city freely. Let us see who will survive Imo State and the Okorocha family. I thank you for listening. Have a great day. See you on top.